Valley Talk on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pausch of RE/MAX Integrity. This is 1580 KGAL. We are live this Thursday morning broadcasting from the Albany studios of KGAL K-Show Radio at Silver Falls Dermatology, the old library building in Albany. Weather is looking very, very beautiful right now, but I understand there's some rain coming. But it's Oregon. It's spring. You've got to learn to live with that. It is also almost lunchtime, and if you're hungry, you want a taste on us. That's a $10 Quiznos gift certificate to the first person this hour to email dave@kgal.com. That's dave@kgal.com and mention Taste on Us. That Quiznos gift certificate for the Albany Quiznos store. Quiznos. I don't know if they're still using that advertising campaign, but I personally love that. I want to take a few seconds this morning to start the show and talk a little bit about Homes for Heroes. And folks, you're going to hear me talk about this through the next few months as we get this program started here. This is a national program that offers rewards to our local heroes for their services when they are buying, selling, or refinancing. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional and or an affiliated lender, they will receive a reward from the national organization after they close. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police and peace officers, first responders, nurses, and other medical professionals, and teachers. So if you are a hero, or if you know a hero who serves our community in one of these aspects, please go to www.homesforheroes.com and sign up, because service deserves its rewards. My guests today, Claudine Oriani and Holly Needham from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services. We're going to talk a little bit about the foreclosure process and some things going on, changes in the foreclosure process here in the state. We're going to talk about some initiatives out there to help homeowners. We're also going to talk about a program called VITA, and very exciting program that a lot of people don't know about, but does offer some real resource to home buyers down the road. And then Claudine's also going to fill us in on some of the educational programs that are coming up from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services. So stay tuned for that in our next segment. But let's jump in right now to the Real Estate Showcase and a couple of listings to share with you today. The first is a new listing located in the Crabtree-Scio area right off Highway 226, 19.7 acres, mostly in grass seed. It's currently leased. The home is a sprawling 1850s farmhouse that has been almost totally and completely updated and renovated into a very large single-story home with 2,900 square feet. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an open kitchen, some very nicely updated oak cabinets, and solid surface counters. So much storage. It's amazing. There's a huge pantry and a separate laundry area, an open 2-car garage, as well as a barn and a woodshop area. The master bedroom is spacious and features a customized master suite bathroom with some really beautiful tile work. The home is almost, not quite, but almost surrounded by a newer Trex deck, and much of that is covered for year-round accessibility. This is a fantastic home to lead a country lifestyle, asking $450,000. The address is 39764 Baum Drive. That's easy to get there. Take Highway 226 to Cold Springs Road, turn right, take a left on Baum Drive. The property is just a piece down the road on your right. My second showcase listing is kind of at the opposite end of the spectrum in real estate. It's a really cute as a bug little 2-bedroom, 1-bath home in Southwest Albany. 1239 Elm Street Southwest. Very well-maintained home. Perfect for that first-time buyer looking to take the first step on the property ladder. It's cheaper than renting. At $99,900, your monthly payment, inclusive taxes and insurance with an FHA loan, is going to be less than $700 a month. And that, again, includes your taxes and insurance. The home has a newer roof, updated vinyl windows, and has been very, very nicely maintained. There is no garage, but there is alley access and a carport, so you do have off-street covered parking available. The backyard is fenced, and the neighborhood is very close to downtown and to schools in the West Albany area. 1239 Elm Street Southwest, available now for $99,900. My final showcase home, it's one of the few homes available in Lebanon, and that's with less than 70 homes on the market, folks. Every home in Lebanon is worth knowing about, and this home, 495 West Ash Street, is a gem. It is a picture-perfect conditioned home. Updates and upgrades to cabinetry, carpet, marble tile counters, and an awesome open floor plan perfect for entertaining. 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, a fully fenced yard on an oversized city lot. This home is right in the sweet spot of the Lebanon market, too, folks, priced at $159,900. If you want any information on any of our showcase homes, you can send me an email at realestatetalk@kgal.com. If you are not currently working with a real estate professional and you would like a market analysis done on a property, whether you're looking to buy or to sell that property, send me the address right here at realestatetalk@kgal.com. I'll provide you with that market analysis at absolutely no obligation. Certainly, I would like to be on your team, and if you want an agent that's 100% on your side, that's my commitment. I work with only one client in any real estate transaction, so give me a call or send me an email today. And finally, if you are starting the home buying process, I cannot more strongly encourage you to contact Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services, www.w-nhs.org. Take their home buying class. It is absolutely worth it. For you, my faithful radio listeners, if you're not currently working with another real estate agent and you want to take this class, sign up. When you get scheduled to take the class, email me here, again, realestatetalk@kgal.com. Let me know the date, and I will pay the course fee for you. I believe that strongly in the program. That's my promise to you. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. We'll be right back with Holly Needham and Claudine Oriani from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services to talk about, well, just a whole range of good stuff. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Come to Albany's annual Wine Walk, Friday, May 3rd. Stroll historic downtown and sample award-winning wines. Buy your tickets in advance at the Albany Visitors Association or on the night at the Flynn Block or the Carousel Museum. Tour the apartments and office spaces on the upstairs downtown loft tour. Wine Walk is sponsored in part by Albany Rotary, the Downtown Association, Central Willamette Community Credit Union, and Pacific Power. Proceeds benefit local community and international Rotary projects. Wine Walk, Friday, May 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. Deep clean, squeaky clean, that's what you want for your home and business. TM Janitors has been providing just that for years throughout the Mid-Valley. Glowing reports from Paloma, North Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon. Happy, satisfied clients. Great value, too. A fraction of the price of the national franchises. Get a quote from TM Janitors today. Mention this ad and get $50 off your initial deep cleaning. Call now, TM Janitors, 570-9711. Make a note, TM Janitors, 570-9711.
Cascade West Senior Services Foundation is back again with the Live Well, Age Well Health Expo Saturday, May 18th from 9 to 3. Free admission, free health screening, medication consultants resources at the Lynn County Fair and Expo Center. If your business would like to participate, booth space is still available. Log on to agingwellexpo.org or call Jill Ingalls at 541-497-7481. Booths are on a first-come, first-pay basis. Space is limited, so call now. Special price on nonprofits. Learn how to stay healthy after 50 at the Live Well, Age Well Health Expo.
You need a roofer? Consider this. Hatco Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of roofing and construction experience, residential and commercial. Hatco will provide you with unsurpassed quality and excellent customer service at an affordable price. You've heard that before, but Hatco delivers. Decide for yourself by calling them and check them out at hatcoroofingandconstruction.com. Hatco, Hatco, Roofing and Construction.
2 stages, 22 shows, 1 sweet weekend. The Oregon Jamboree in Sweet Home, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales, is turning 21. And we're celebrating with Toby Keith, Ruth Bryant, Wyoko, Kip Moore, Jared Neiman, and so many more. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get tickets at early bird prices right now. The Oregon Jamboree, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales.
Now you can manage your printers as easy as you manage your copiers. Managed print services from Ultrex. Maintenance, toner cartridges, and repairs, all in just one monthly payment. Hewlett-Packard, Lexmark, Brother, just to name a few. All you have to do is buy the paper. It's that easy. Just call Ultrex today and ask about their managed print services. Ultrex Business Solutions, your locally owned and operated copier company, proudly supporting our community. Ultrex Business Solutions.
Get tomorrow's news tonight. John Batchelor, Sunday through Friday nights on Smart Talk 1580.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity Real Estate Talk, your only resource on local radio for real estate information right here in the Mid-Willamette Valley. We're always here on Saturdays, but just like today, we get to spend a couple of Thursdays a month in the Valley Talk time slot. If you've missed a show, if you're looking for information about real estate market trends, go to the website, www.kgal.com, and click on the link for Real Estate Talk. I am so pleased to have some guests here today from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services. I talk all the time about Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services here on the show. I believe in the program. They do a tremendous job in the home buyer education program, but also, and I don't talk about it that much, but they do a great job in serving the community and people who are having challenges with housing, whether that's buying housing, finding ways to help kind of get financed, or in foreclosure counseling and housing counseling. So I have with me today Holly Needham and Claudine Oriani from Willamette Neighborhood Housing. I was really happy. They just told me they were over at the at the Lynn County the Lebanon Business Expo, which was earlier this week. Tuesday, and people actually said, "Hey, we've heard about you before because Dave talks about you on Real Estate Talk." So that was exciting for me. So, Holly, you contacted me just a little while ago and said, hey, we got some information. We're going to get on the radio and talk with you again. So why don't we start off with some of the foreclosure stuff? Because there's some changes going on to foreclosure processing in Oregon. So can you share us your perspective?
Absolutely. So the one thing I'm going to start with today is about how foreclosures are done in the state of Oregon. I want to make sure that all our listeners know that the way things are done in Oregon for foreclosure has changed, and it changed last July. And now, instead of being given a notice and a homeowner being given 4 months to a sale date on their home when they're in foreclosure, homeowners are being served with a summons, and it gets served to them from the sheriff. And they have 30 days to respond to the court with what's called an answer. And there's a cost to that. My understanding is it can be waived, but if you do not respond to the court within 30 days, the judgment can go to the bank for your home, and your home can be auctioned off by the sheriff.
Wow. So this is really a response to the robo-signing lawsuit, right? I mean, the banks were doing these foreclosures in the old non-judicial process, and because there were too many questions about did they have the right to foreclose, it has taken the big shift into the judicial foreclosure process, right?
Part of it is the robo-signing. There was a court case, the Supreme Court of Oregon, I believe it was, NIDE versus GMAC, and it put into question a thing called MERS, which was an electronic system that was just set up to kind of have all the paperwork together for the mortgages, and as they got sold and packaged to different investors, the assignments weren't recorded in each county. So, and as different mortgage companies kind of collapsed, there was some confusion as to the paper trail, if you will.
Who owned the loan?
Exactly.
Right.
So the court had said that MERS was not able to be an official beneficiary. So that put a lot of this into kind of turned it upside down, if you will. So a lot of lenders didn't have their, if you will, ducks in a row. So to perform the judicial or a non-judicial, foreclosure, you have to be able to show all the assignments being recorded. And with a lot of the big banks who most people are with, they couldn't do that because of this MERS system and them not being recorded. So the only way for lenders to do a foreclosure, for the most part, was to do the judicial. So there was a big switch with that. And at the same time, Oregon had instituted a bill, SB 1552, which was demanding, or asking, I should say.
Courts
lenders,
usually demand.
Well, yeah, as a law, it's more of a demand.
Thou
but
shall.
Yeah, the wording wasn't demand, but it was requesting that lenders mediate with people in foreclosure to try and reach some kind of an agreement and prevent homeowners losing their homes. But when MERS came out a week after the bill was passed, everything changed from non-judicial to judicial, and it definitely changed the way we do things. So the big thing that I want to get out to people is, because of the way foreclosures are being filed in Oregon, if you're facing a financial hardship, if you think you're going to have trouble paying your mortgage, if you have gotten behind, please contact a HUD-approved housing counseling agency like Willamette Neighborhood Housing. We offer free counseling services. We'll help you as best we can navigate through the process, put you in touch with different programs. The state of Oregon has 2 programs currently. One is for homeowners that are receiving unemployment benefits. It will pay your mortgage for 1 year up to $20,000, whichever comes first. And the other program is for people that had a hardship but have overcome it, can afford their mortgage, but are having trouble getting any late payments caught up.
Right.
Exactly. That's called the Loan Preservation Assistance Program, and that will pay back arrearages and late fees up to $20,000. Processing time is about 3 to 4 months, so if you're close to that $20,000 limit, it may come a little too late, but the Loan Preservation Assistance Program has 2 more application release dates, April 24th and May 8th. The applications are released at noon, and the Mortgage Payment Assistance Unemployment Program has only 4 more left, April 17th, May 1st, May 15th, and the 29th. And the applications are released at noon. You just have to go to www.oregonhomeownerhelp.org and sign up. And the agency that is in charge of the county you live in, for Benton County, it would be us. We'll contact you and let you know what paperwork you need to get in for the application, and we'll submit it for you. And
so let's say that website again, just so people can make sure that they've got it written down. Get your pen, get your paper ready.
All right. Hopefully everyone's ready. It's www.oregonhomeownerhelp.org. Or you can call our office and we'd be happy to point you in the right direction.
And this is one of the things we talked about before the show this morning when we were ready to come on the air, was these programs have actually been around, or different variations of the program have been around, and we've been diligently here on the air and in your media exposure trying to get the word out about them. But the response to the programs has not been quite as overwhelming as any of us thought it would be. We thought people would be clamoring to try to take advantage of these programs, and they're not. And why do you suppose that is? I mean, we had some theories we talked about. Let's share it with the listeners.
You know, there's a variety of reasons that we can speculate about. One thing is, unfortunately, foreclosure has a real stigma behind it, and people make a lot of assumptions that aren't true. Most people facing foreclosure out there, it's not through any fault of their own. They are people that had good paying jobs where the mortgage was more than affordable, and they've lost their jobs and they can't find one that pays the same, and they've gone through all of their retirement savings, all of their savings. They've done everything they can to try and save their home. They've tried for years working with lenders, submitting paperwork packages after paperwork packages, and it's just a very frustrating process for a lot of people, and it's for the most part not due to any irresponsibility. So the stigma is a hard thing to get over. Another thing I would say would be that, you know, our communities are fairly small, so when we offer workshops and try and get people in front of us to get their information out, I think a lot of people worry about seeing their neighbors and their friends and worry about the embarrassment with that. But preventing foreclosure helps everyone in the community, and whether you're facing it or not, it'll maintain your neighborhood, it'll keep your home values up. Everyone wins when you stop a foreclosure.
Claudine, I know you had some theories too.
Well, in line with what Holly was saying, absolutely. Quite frankly, the further east you go in Lynn County, the smaller the community. I have perceived the greater sense of shame. And it's unfortunate, you know, I'm what I like to refer to as chronologically advanced. And in the decades that I've been a working adult, for the first time in my lifetime, I have observed, as has the rest of the nation, that people who lost their jobs in 2008 and 9, many of them, out of 14 million Americans, 6 million of them remained unemployed for 6 or more months, many for as many as 2 or more years. I've had the privilege of working with the agency in one capacity or another as a volunteer or contract educator. Now I'm the Education Services Coordinator as a permanent position. But in that 10-year time frame, I've also seen, you know, the people that would not have seeked out these services, these support services through OHSI, Oregon Homeownership Stabilization Initiatives that Holly was describing. People who are making 6-figure incomes, lost their jobs. And the one thing in common that they had was they were all over the age of 40, and the jobs that they held aren't coming back. So not to sound like the darling of doom, but we're seeing a different client base. And I guess our motivation is to get the word out there that we are a nonprofit. We are funded to help people stay in their homes, to gain access to affordable housing, and to be first-time home buyers or first-time home buyers. Because after a while, if you've gone through financial hardship, you can regain access to being a homeowner with the right counseling.
I think one of the things that you just alluded to, that Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services, as an example, is a nonprofit. I think it's hard, and we talked about this, it's hard for some people to distinguish between the legitimate nonprofit organization like Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services, who can provide them no guarantee of service, certainly, but they can provide them resources and help them, as opposed to the scam artist out there who is really just looking to take their money by guaranteeing them a result. And while we don't get the response on these programs that we would hope to get and touch the people that in the volume that you would hope to touch them, it seems that the scammers do, because they got a better pitch.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the scammers, anytime you hear somebody say, I guarantee I can stop your foreclosure, I can guarantee I can get you a modification, unless those words are coming out of your lender's mouth, they have no weight behind them. Only your lender, the note holder, can make any changes to your mortgage. No one can guarantee. We cannot guarantee anything, but that we'll work hard for you. We'll provide you the best information we can, guide you to resources that are available to you, and do our best to help you in your current situation.
Yeah, when I hear the words I guarantee, I always reach to cover my wallet. Because somebody's about to pick my pocket. That's the way I look at that. Well, let us take a break, and then we will move on to sunnier skies, if we can, and talk about the program called VITA, which I think is a great program that too many people don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Real Estate Talk on 1580 KGAL.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Cassidy Turley. Discover clarity in commercial real estate services. Discover the value of market intelligence. You will when you discover Cassidy Turley. This is Charles Osgood. This is not a good time to be living in Madagascar, the island nation just off the southeastern coast of Africa. We'll tell you why after this. The IRS issued an identity theft alert to the millions of Americans who pay taxes, including many of my listeners. Here's former Mayor Rudy Giuliani with a LifeLock identity theft alert.
As a mayor and former federal prosecutor, fighting crime has always been my mission. Now I'm taking on identity theft. The problem has become such a global concern, you can no longer think it will never happen to you. I protect myself with LifeLock Ultimate, and you should too.
Consumers beware. Identity thieves know that virtually everything they need to steal your identity and even your life savings is on your tax forms. Do what Mayor Giuliani did and do what I did. Arm yourself with LifeLock Ultimate. Visit LifeLock.com for details and use my last name, Osgood, to get a special 10% discount. Or call LifeLock and mention Osgood. 1-800-838-9470. That's 1-800-838-9470. This is important. So, one more time, 1-800-838-9470.
Network does not cover all transactions and scope may vary.
In Madagascar, it's been one thing after another. First, the cyclone, says our CBS News colleague, Magali Laguerre-Wickelson.
A tropical cyclone crippled Madagascar's food supply back in February. 14,000 acres of crops were flooded. Making matters worse, all that water created a perfect breeding environment.
For the locusts, that is. Now, here they come.
This is a locust invasion that's threatening Madagascar's 22 million people.
What they're threatened with is nothing short of starvation, famine, says Alexander Wynne of the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization.
All those people, 2/3 of the population, will have big problems accessing food.
The people of Madagascar are just getting by as it is.
Most already live below the poverty line, and now the locusts are devouring large amounts of rice and corn, the main staples there. Princeton University's Ian Cousin is an expert on locust behavior.
So we're really dealing with locusts that are growing, that are breeding, that are spreading, and that are flying over long distances.
And what needs to be done now?
There needs to be a multi-pronged approach involving surveillance and also application of insecticides.
All that takes money. The United Nations needs $41 million.
And if we cannot act immediately, like within the next few months, then it's going to be this massive famine.
The Osgood File. I'll see you online at Facebook, Twitter, and at theosgoodfile.com. This is Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network.
Going out to lunch at a nice restaurant can be expensive, and the big portions put you more in the mood for a nap than a productive afternoon. Mama's Fine Italian to the rescue. The small appetite senior menu is just right. Anyone and everyone is invited to order from the Light Appetites menu for lunch from 11 to 4 p.m. with tasty entrees beginning at only $3.95. Why go hungry or go anywhere else for lunch? Eat healthy, eat light at Mama's. Closed Sunday and Monday, so make the most of Tuesday through Friday and join your friends at Mama's for lunch. Dinner only on Saturday. Mama's features charbroiled steaks every day. Make reservations for dinner or pick up a bottle of fine wine. Seating is limited, so please call for reservations. 541-451-5050. That's 451-5050. Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop on West Oak between Main and 2nd in Lebanon, across from the Big Blue Napa Auto Parts building.
From Corvallis to Albany to up and down the Oregon coast, the only Subaru dealer in the Mid-Willamette Valley, John and Phil Subaru in Corvallis. Happy customers are calling them the good guys. From the new compact SUVs to the pet-friendly family wagons and high-performance cars. Outdoor sports like skiing and fishing, one of the safest vehicles in the automotive world, all help make Subaru the world's top-selling four-wheel drive. John and Phil's honest, down-to-earth auto experts will help you find a car at a price you can afford. Buy now at John and Phil's Subaru in Corvallis, a one-of-a-kind dealer.
Jim Bohannon, weeknights on News Talk 1580, KGAL.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. We're live in the studio this morning with Holly Needham and Claudine Oriani from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services. We were talking in the previous segment about some of the foreclosure changes, things going on, and I thought we had completed that subject, but on the break we realized a couple of things we want to catch up on. So Holly, the fix for 1552.
Right now, the Oregon Senate has passed a bill called SB 558, and that's to fix the mediation program to basically have all lenders, prior to filing any foreclosure proceedings, sit down with and do a mediation or some kind of a counseling session. They're changing the name, and it's escaped my brain at the moment, prior to doing any foreclosure proceedings, to try and work things out with homeowners to prevent foreclosure, unnecessary court time, and that kind of thing. So that is going to the House floor. The other thing out there, if you have a loan from Fannie or Freddie Mac, the Home Affordable Refinance Program has just been extended to December 31st of 2015. You can go online and find out if your loan is owned by Fannie or Freddie. It's really simple. You just have to Google it, and the search engines will come up. And come and see us if you want some more information, and definitely look into it. It's a great time to refinance if you can.
So let's actually start out with, because you just said contact us if you want more information. What's the best way to contact you?
You can call our office. We're open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Our phone number is 541-752-7220, extension 300.
You can also go to www.w-nhs.org, and there's a pathway there to get that phone number and contact information as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, Claudine, you're on the hot spot now. I want to know everything you know about VITA. Okay, I don't want to know everything you know. I want to know everything I need to know.
Okay, so VITA stands for the Valley Individual Development Account. And various agencies in the Valley provide services, some for small business entrepreneurship, some of them maybe for continuing education. We focus on home ownership. And so we're just about to get refunded or access to newly acquired funds for this program. But what it is a matching dollar savings grant for first-time home buyers. And really, people who have not owned a home, been on a title for 3 or more years, are first-time home buyers. So if they went through economic downturn, lost a home 3+ years ago, they would qualify as a first-time home buyer now. What this does is, for every dollar that the participant is able to save into a separate account for which they don't have access to withdraw, $3 are matched by our partner agency in Salem. And over the course of either 1 year or 2 years, depending on what their mortgage readiness is, they can match up to, at the end of the first year, have $4,000.
Including their deposit.
Including their deposit, or what we call the principal contribution from the participant. And if they go for a 2-year program, then that's a total of $8,000 to help to pay down payment, as well as closing costs. The impetus behind the program is to help people who are preparing to become homeowners develop the lifelong habit of saving money over time. So I would not be able to come in if I were a participant, put down $1,000 and immediately get matched with $3 from the VITA program. Rather, I would demonstrate that I've been able to save a little bit of money on my own, fill out an application, work with our housing specialists at the agency, and then once approved, every month I make my contribution, which is a predefined amount. Those dollars are matched immediately, and then those funds at the close of the program, be it 1 year or 2, are sent to what we call the closing table at escrow and help pay down my obligation for down payment as well as closing costs.
That is a tremendous thing, because especially with first-time home buyers, many of them are cash poor. Mm-hmm. They may have scrimped together enough money for their down payment for that 3.5%, but they're short on closing costs, and they're losing negotiating leverage because they're having to negotiate the closing costs into the purchase price, maybe to get the seller to contribute. Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine to do, but in some cases, depending on how long the buyer is going to own the home, it is much better to get it at $7,000 less of a purchase price than it is to save that if they had that $7,000 in cash available for closing costs.
Right, and I want to add the clarification that these are income qualifying, so they're for low, modest income households.
Can you speak at all to those thresholds?
I can. So it is county specific. For instance, for a household of 4 in Benton County, they would have to be at 80% of what we call the area median income. Now, in Benton County, that is $62,300 based on HUD tiers that are defined annually. In comparison, the area median income for Lynn County is lower. So the same household of 4, if buying in Lynn County, would have to have a collective gross income no greater than $44,650.
So that's no greater than. So This is designed for people with lower to median income.
Right. Right. And quite frankly, the larger the household, the more they may be able to qualify for the program, because it's based on, the overall expense of the household and how much income is allowed in order to enter into this VITA program.
So the first step is to contact Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services, set up an appointment with the housing counselor to find out if you're eligible.
Absolutely.
And then talk through the specifics of the program, come up with the numbers, and get yourself enrolled.
Right. Part of what we do, of course, through our housing specialists who are certified through NeighborWorks America and have extensive education as well as experience, is to determine how close are you to being mortgage ready and purchase ready. And then what we have is opportunities to supplement that information with not only financial education called Dollars and Cents, teaching people how to manage money, how to budget, how to deal with credit, clean up their credit, improve their credit over time, because those are requirements of the lenders. They'll want a decent credit score. And then couple that not only with the housing counseling and the financial literacy, if it makes sense, but then our home buyer program, which you often refer people to, and for that we're very grateful. Not to mention you're one of our best instructors in that program, because you're a natural-born teacher.
I'm a natural-born yacker is what I am.
You do a great job, and we're very grateful for your contributions as a volunteer.
I love doing it. I think I've been teaching there for
8+ years, is it?
No, not quite. Probably 5.
Okay.
Probably 5 years. And I just enjoy it every single time.
Can I interrupt for a second and also mention this is a lot of information to take in. So we welcome you to join us next Tuesday night at LBCC's Lebanon campus, where we're going to host something called Get the Facts About Home Ownership. If you have any questions with respect to, is this a good time for me to buy? How close am I to being mortgage ready? What other down payment assistance programs are there out there, and loan programs as well? We have a session going on next Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at LBCC's Lebanon campus. It's called Get the Facts About Home Ownership, and we welcome you to call our agency at 752-7220. extension 300, and register for that so that we anticipate your arrival and have all the materials necessary for you.
I want to actually talk about that a little bit more, as well as some of the other educational opportunities. But I did have a question about VITA. Is it specific to specific lenders, or does it matter which lender you're working with in order to be able to participate in that program?
No, it is definitely not lender specific. With the savings account, there are specific lenders that you have to open a savings account with, but you can get your mortgage with any lender. Some lenders may not be as familiar with the program, and all they have to do is call our office, and we are happy to give them information, as well as CASA of Oregon, who is the funding agency for the VITA funds.
Okay. So again, if you're not quite ready today to buy a house, but you think you might be ready in a year or maybe two, and being ready means getting your credit placed in order, resolving any issues there, saving up the down payment, and maybe getting emotionally ready as well, because it is an emotional process to start the home buying process.
It definitely is. It's one of those things that you want to know the lingo that you're going to be facing, be able to pick out the trusted sources, and know when you walk into a house, if it's one you can't afford, that you're going to be able to walk away and not use your emotions to get into a situation that might lead you down the road to home retention and foreclosure options.
So now here is a segue. I'm pre-disclosing. I'm going to segue. So to participate in the VITA program, are there any requirements to participate in any of the home buyer education programs?
Yes.
See, that was pretty slick, wasn't it?
That was very slick. I'm sliding all over the place here, Dave. Absolutely, and thank you for that segue. Again, the individual development account program is to instill the habit of saving. And a lot of people say, well, I know how to save money, yet so many of us struggle with getting the money from our paychecks into a savings account that then magically doesn't end up back into our checking account so we can go to the coast for the weekend. And so we have our Dollars and Cents program, which is a no-cost 8-hour program that covers all the critical elementary skills that we need to be successful at money management. And I have people from all kinds of economic backgrounds saying that they greatly benefited from being participants of that program. So that makes me feel good that we're on the right page and sharing the right information. But in addition to that, of course, they are required to attend the Home Buyer Education Program, which is an 8-hour program. You've been kind enough to offer to pay for participants through you that come to the program, but it is a one-time fee of $45 if taken the class in person per household, a $45 fee. And we also have online options if coming to a workshop is not feasible. That is a one-time $65 fee, but through that process, we also have the class available in Spanish as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So coming up on Tuesday, April 23rd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Lynn Benton Community College in Lebanon, that's room LC 200, is the Get the Facts About Home Ownership.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit more about that class quickly. What's going to be offered, and do you need to pre-register?
We do want people to pre-register so that we know that we have sufficient materials and refreshments for them on hand. But basically what we're going to talk about is many of the urban legends or myths out there that are keeping people from getting off the fence about home ownership and into owning that fence. And what I mean by that is we're going to talk about, here are the urban legends or myths that we can dispel for you with facts and information. Here are some of the down payment assistance loan programs and down payment programs that can help you take it from a rental situation to a home ownership situation. And then we talk more about the other two programs I've mentioned, Dollars and Cents, and the contents of home buyer education so that they know what they're getting out of those programs. Usually we find that past participants have been best served by taking this program when it's made available in the communities we serve, which is roughly, generally Lynn and Benton counties, and then coming in for one-on-one counseling to see what it is specific to their circumstances they need to do next in order to get them into home ownership.
Is there still a program, or has it morphed into something else called Am I Ready to Buy? I remember that program or that class.
This is basically Get the Facts About Home Ownership is that program, and we hold it's cyclical based on the needs in the markets that we serve. Because we do the one-on-one counseling and get that information through that method of delivery, we do those classes less frequently. But we do have monthly classes for dollars and cents, as well as monthly classes in both Albany and Corvallis for the home buyer education 8-hour program.
Is it once a month in each of those cities, or is it less frequent than that?
No, we rotate. We rotate. So because we have an office in Corvallis, we do 1 month in Corvallis, and then the Albany Public Library has been kind enough to partner with us and allow us to use their room at no cost, because we are a nonprofit, and our Albany classes are conducted from that. As a matter of fact, we have an upcoming class this Saturday.
Is it full?
It's kind of full, but we always want to welcome more people. So if you're interested in this Saturday's class, it's from 9 to 5 this Saturday at the Albany Public Library in their training rooms. Please do call us ahead of time so we know to have sufficient number of materials for you.
I'm not teaching this Saturday, am I?
No, you're not,
Okay.
but you often do, and for that we're grateful.
I love to teach. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on the calendar because I have other plans.
Okay, good.
And usually I can only teach on the Saturdays when I'm doing a Thursday live show.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's a conflict for me, because as good as I am, I cannot be two places at once. Okay, so to wrap up, are there any other programs or educational things from Willamette Neighborhood Housing or other benefits that you want to talk about? We've got a couple of minutes left.
We have one other down payment assistance program, and we have funds available for approximately the next month, I believe, and it's called Extra Steps. So if you are close to closing on a house and you would fall under the income guidelines that are similar to VITA, give our office a call, or have your lender give our office a call. It's called Extra Step. It's a $5,000 down payment assistance program, and it's no payment, no interest. The only time the $5,000 comes due is when you sell your house.
This is the Silent Second.
Silent Second.
Great program. And can you talk a little bit about the eligibility requirements for that?
The eligibility, you have to be 80% of the area median income, which Claudine briefly went over with the VITA. So it varies by household size and by county, and it can be used in Lynn or Benton County. And you do have to take the homebuyer education workshop. That's one of the requirements. And there are a few other requirements, but because I don't have the book in front of me, I don't want to guess on what those are, but just contact our office. Kim is the person who is in charge of that, and she'd be happy to give your lender more information.
Wonderful. Claudine, anything you'd like to wrap up with?
No, again, we're grateful for the privilege of serving people who live and work in Lynn and Benton counties. We're there to help you, whether it's to get into a home. We also have affordable housing units in multiple communities throughout those counties, and foreclosure, assistance, support, and counseling. And we also have our rehabilitation program for East Lynn County. So for existing homeowners who can't repair their homes but want to render them more livable, we have programs available for that. And our go-to person for that is Ben at our agency.
Do you partner with CSC on that?
We partner with a lot of different community partnerships, if you will. Community Services Consortium is one of them.
Yeah, they provide some weatherization.
Yeah, I actually had a client who benefited from that last year in getting some updated windows and a roof for her manufactured home. And just tremendously positive program, and she had nothing but wonderful things to say, and I was totally unaware that it existed. So great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. It is always a pleasure to have you here. And as you know, anytime you've got something you want to talk about, just give me a call and I will get you on the air, because I am so pleased to be associated with and so proud of the work that Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services does in our area, helping people both to get educated, to make effective use of the system, as well as the many, many resources for people who are facing foreclosure or other challenges. So again, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, folks, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, it'll be time for today's Real Estate Market Update. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
When you look out across the Willamette Valley, you'll see plenty of banking choices. Willamette Community Bank is here to give you an option that's pretty unique, like no other, in fact. Hi, this is Sue Kalina, Relationship Manager. Willamette Community Bank provides an alternative to large national and regional banks by offering customized financial services and local decision-making to benefit local people, local families, and local businesses. How many banks can say that?
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. This spring, plant something beautiful in your driveway. Introducing the Lincoln Certified Pre-Owned Spring Event. Right now, get 1.9% APR on a certified pre-owned Lincoln of your choice, which comes with the confidence of our 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and amenities like 24/7 roadside assistance. The Lincoln Certified Pre-Owned Spring Event. Luxurious by any standards, certified by ours. Not all buyers qualify for Lincoln Automotive Financial Services limited term financing. Take delivery from dealer stock by 4/30/13. See dealer for qualifications, limited warranty, and details.
Because Jan switched to Geico and saved hundreds of dollars on car insurance, her savings account wants to take her to a fireworks show. But it can't. It's a savings account. It can't read where the next fireworks show is in the local paper. Switch to Geico, and every time you see extra money, you'll know your savings account wants to take you to a fireworks show. But remember, it can't. It doesn't know how to read. It is, however, happy that you're saving money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
2 stages, 22 shows, 1 sweet weekend. The Oregon Jamboree in Sweet Home, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales, who's turning 21. And we're celebrating with Toby Keith, Luke Bryan, White Yoko, Kip Moore, Jared Neiman, and so many more. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get tickets at early bird prices right now. The Oregon Jamboree, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales.
Hi, this is Michelle with Servco. We have a very good crew at Servco. My guys get along very well together. They're very good workers and they're proud of themselves. They do a good job. They represent themselves well in the community. I would trust them with my grandmother. When we hire guys, that's one of the qualities I look for in them. Is this somebody I could send to my grandmother's house or to my mother's house and feel comfortable that they're going to take care of her in the way that I would want her to be taken care of?
Servco features licensed and bonded plumbers. Call 541-451-5090.
Now open Saturdays.
Teen Challenges, Willamette Valley Men's Center and Shed invites you to their spring banquet in the Willamette Heritage Center at the Mill in Salem. 30 Years of Miracles is the theme for this year's banquet on Saturday, April 27th at 6:30 p.m. with a social hour beginning at 5:30. Enjoy a special program by the students and a delicious catered dinner for just $35 per ticket or $250 for a table of 8. The 16th was the last day to reserve your seats or table, but call Teen Challenge to check availability at 541-491-1002.
Laugh, cry, or get scared spitless with When Radio Was. Weeknights at 10 on 1580 KGAL.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk, folks. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. What a great show. Holly Needham and Claudine Oriani from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services were here today. I so enjoy having them on the air. And again, I cannot tell you enough what a very, very exceptional program or series of programs that they provide. They are a tremendous resource if you are having problems potentially facing foreclosure or dealing with those issues, if you need housing counseling, if you're getting started in the home buying process and you want to start that education process, credit counseling, all sorts of services that they provide. And again, www.w-nhs.org. But let us jump into what you're here for, and that's the market update. We'll begin in Corvallis. Inventory up 5 from our previous report. Today, 121 active listings. The average asking price, $363,351. 95 homes sold in Corvallis over the last 3 months. That is up 2. Currently, 3.82 months of inventory is available. The median sold price in Corvallis over the past 90 days is down slightly, today at $260,000 even, averaging $158.19 per square foot. On average, these homes are spending 95 days on the market from listing to close of sale. Keep in mind, it takes an average of 30 to 45 days to close the loan. So many of these homes, on average, are getting offers within the first 30 to 45 days that they're spending on the market. So it is a fast-moving market in Corvallis. In Lebanon, 69 homes are available for sale. That's even with last week. The median asking price is down slightly today at $150,000. In the past 90 days, 37 homes have sold. That is up 2 from the last report. And the median sold price is also flat today at $129,900. At $94.24 per square foot. And that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is a very nice number to see. We were down in the low 80s for some period of time. time, dollar per square foot value in Lebanon. So seeing that back up approaching $100 a square foot again is very, very good, not only because it makes the math easier for me, but $94.24 per square foot. Homes spend an average of 111 days on the market. Currently, 5.59 months of inventory is available for sale. Finally, to Albany, where inventory is, even with last week, 192 active listings. The average asking price in Albany is up $214,582. 117 homes sold over the past 90 days. That is a tick up of 1 from the last report. And the median sale price has also ticked up today at $165,400. Homes are spending an average of 130 days on the market from listing to close of sale. And the average dollar per square foot value in Albany is up at $105.51. There is today 4.92 months of inventory available, and that's the market update for this 18th day of April 2013. Oh, excuse me, a little tickle in my throat there. I did a presentation earlier this week for the Optimist Club here in Albany, and one of the things I did is I looked back at 2008 April, 2009 April, 2010 April, 2011 April, 2012 April, and this April, looking at the statistics and trying to determine if we could see, have we reached the bottom in terms of the statistics? And it was kind of an interesting exercise to go through. Obviously, there were some precipitous falls in terms of value. Months of inventory has changed dramatically over time. But I did come to the conclusion when looking at the numbers that I really think it's, barring anything unforeseen moving forward, that we have reached the bottom of the market and are now on the way up. We're starting to see prices climbing. We're starting to see that dollar per square foot value number inch up. Now, by no means do I expect we're going to see 7, 8, 9% appreciation per year, but I think we'll get back to the historic level of 2.5 to 3.5% appreciation within our market. So that is very good news for sellers who may be underwater. There is light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, and we are kind of approaching some real stability in the market. Inventory is still the big challenge. Inventory is still very, very low. There are starting to be more building projects going on, and that is a positive sign moving forward. A reminder, again, we had the folks from Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services here today. They do a tremendous job. If you want to take that class and you listen to Real Estate Talk, and the only thing I ask is that you're not already working with another real estate agent. You want to sign up, take that class, email me here at realestatetalk@kgal.com. Let me know the date. I'll pay the course fee for you. And that's not a requirement that you work with me. Certainly, I hope that you will, but there is no obligation with that. My only thought is if you're already working with an agent, have them pay for it. I think they should. Finally, I want to wrap up the show, again, in light of the events of this week, in light of the events in Boston earlier this week, in light of the events yesterday in Texas. Again, we've seen the heroism from firefighters and police officers and first responders and medical professionals. I would like to take this few seconds to remind you about Homes for Heroes. Homes for Heroes is a national program that offers rewards to our local heroes for their service when they are buying, selling, or refinancing a home. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional or an affiliated lender, they will receive a reward from the national organization after they close escrow. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, but as important, police and peace officers, first responders, nurses, medical professionals, and teachers. If you are a hero, if you know a hero who serves our community, get to www.homesforheroes.com and sign up. Service deserves its rewards, and thank you so much. You'll find us here every Saturday morning on Real Estate Talk, always talking about the issues important to you. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity, talking real estate, 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, and Corvallis.
Around the clock, around the world. Your first choice for information is News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.